Wine is sipping water while looking around with wide eyes, as if it were her first time here. That's when one of her friends comes over swaying to the disco beat, drink in her hand. What are you drinking, Vinyapal? You are going about wine. Have this shot instead? She takes the water from Wine's hand and swipes it with vodka, leaving Wine confused. What is this, Mia? It's just vodka. Come on, finish it. Our friends are waiting for you over there. She pointed to their friends who were dancing at a distance. But one immediately dropped the vodka, feeling a bit nervous. Mia, I told you I don't come to the pub because you guys always end up forcing me to drink something like this. But you all said no, and now what is this? You are acting like an old woman again. Come on, you are just 21 years old. Don't you get bored staying at home and going to university to study? Instead of picking up this kind of habits or even having boyfriends, I just don't like this kind of things. Leave it. You guys enjoy. I'll go. I didn't like this place at all. Hey, wait. One not listening to her went out of the car. One furrowed her eyebrows slightly as she left the pub. Finally, she felt like she could breathe freely after leaving the pub. She was on her way to her car to go home when she stopped in her tracks when she saw there was a man in hoodie nearby, his head down and hands in his pocket. One of his legs was tangled with his one shoe on the ground, while other kept him balanced against the car. Totally looks like suspicious surely. Who are you? He didn't answer her or raise his head, causing her anxiety. Can't you hear me? Who are you? Why are you standing near my car? She raised her voice slightly. This time the man spoke before raising his head to show his face to hers. Even without seeing my face, you know it's me. That's kind of bond we have. His voice froze her as she recognized it instantly. When he raised his head and looked at her with his dark hunter-like eyes, she was scared and unable to move, still frozen in place. Not bad. Looks like you still remember me. She swallowed, looking at him with wide eyes as she shook. He glanced at the pub and then back at her. Had fun? You are enjoying yourself in pubs after ruining my life without feeling any shame? He gritted his teeth and took steps towards her, causing her heart to beat faster with fear. She was about to run away from him when suddenly a few guards appeared out of nowhere and blocked her path, forcing her to stand in front of their bus. She breathed heavily, screaming at them. Get out of my way, she pushed them back, but they stood like a big pillars, not moving an inch. She felt like a mouse in front of them. Please get out of my way, please. She continued pushing them in fear, but stopped when she felt his heated, angry beak against her back. Don't waste your energy screaming at them, baby. Accept your fate. She trembled and turned back with a pathetic hope, wanting to ask him something. Dave, please forgive me for what I did. I didn't mean to do that. He roared angrily in her face, showing disbelief at how easily she asked forgiveness. Shut up. You ruined my whole life. You even destroyed my family members cruelly. Do you think I'm a saint to become after what you did then escape? No. I'm a monster who has come back to take revenge on you, including your family. I won't spare even one person in your family. I'll take my revenge on all of you for destroying my life. I'll show you how dangerous I am. I'll show you I'll hurt you for my knees from now on. Please. Then she saw a cop car passing by about 20 steps away from where they were. She was about to scream for help, but he covered her mouth and nose with a kerchief that was soaked with drugs, potent enough to make humans lose consciousness. Some of you go and find her family, each and every one of them. Drag them to corridor. They don't deserve peace until they pay. Prepare the private plane immediately. We need to leave, get there quickly. They all nodded, obeying his orders. After a few hours passed, she still hadn't regained consciousness. However, she felt someone touching her body, which made her feel uncomfortable. Despite trying to force herself to open her eyes, she was unable to do so. And when she opened her eyes, she found herself lying on the bed with two maids wearing her gown. What are you both doing with me? Stop it! Saying this quickly, she pushed them away and looked around, realizing she was in a different place. She sat up on the bed and tried to stand, but she fell due to the weight of her long gown. She hissed and looked at herself, shocked to see that she was wearing a wedding gown. She couldn't believe her eyes. Immediately, she looked around and saw a mirror. She ran to the mirror and saw her reflection and screamed loudly, saying no. As she realized that she was wearing a wedding gown with her hair styled and bridal makeup on her face. Ma'am, please cooperate with us. No, how dare you both change my dress and make me wear this gown? Are you feeling worried that why did they change your dress instead of letting me do it? I was the one who should have changed your dress. She jerked her head towards the doorway and saw Tay waiting in a groom suit, entering while fixing his watch. At that moment, Wayne understood that they might both be Tay's mates. And Tay is the one who told them to change her dress and made her look like this. She doesn't even understand why he made her wear that gown in such a tense situation. By the way, you didn't look that bad in that wedding gown as I thought. Come, it's getting late. He came toward her, about to grab her hand, but stopped when she spoke. What are you doing with me? Please leave me. I'm begging you. But he burst into laughter, as if she was joking, leaving her feeling blank. How can I leave you, dear Wine? You are such an important person to me. I have even arranged almost everything we need for our wedding. Wedding? No, please don't marry me. Please don't do that, please. She was begging him, but wow, what a person. You have ruined my life, but shouldn't I ruin your life back too? Where is the fairness in that? I want fairness to marry you, become your husband, and torture you more than what I have already experienced. Saying this, he grabbed her wrist, attempting to take her with him, but she refused, her face clenched in suffering. However, he paid no attention to her emotions, began dragging her cruelly to the window with just one hand. When they reached the aisle, she saw a priest already reading marriage vows with a trembling tone, while a guard pointing a gun at the priest's head. There were no guests, family members of either of the groom or the bride. Only girls stood there with their serious faces. It was clear that they had forcefully taken the priest there. Dave, please stop this. I can't marry. Please just stop. She begged, trying to free her wrist from his grip. But he held on tightly, paying attention only to the priest remaining. No, I won't marry him. Please stop this wedding. She couldn't finish her sentence because of a sudden sharp pain. He grabbed her throat with his left hand. Say I do. He ordered her with a threatening voice, making her upright. His eyes were wide, scaring her with his determination. But how could she marry him knowing he was only marrying her to ruin her and seek revenge? She tried to speak but only managed a scoff as he choked her. Then he released her throat harshly, looking at her mercilessly despite her fear. Please show some mercy to me. You have already killed the person. You are now begging for mercy. No, I'm just Kim Tae-hyun, a man who only knows how to seek revenge mercilessly. Do as I say. She is becoming more scared with each and every hateful word coming from his mouth. Don't you dare to say no. If you don't want me to kill your father at our wedding, he whispered in her ear, making sure this time she couldn't deny. She widened her eyes at him, tears coming. What you feeling? Finally, I'm seeing your tears, which I have been claiming to see for a long time. Saying this, he cut a teardrop just as it was fell from her eyes. You thought I wouldn't find your family, right? But no, you are wrong. I found one of them, and I swear to you, I'll find them all and kill them in front of you for sure. Please don't harm my family. Please, they are innocent. Then marry me now like a good girl. If you want me to spare your family as of now. When the priest asked her again for the third time, she said, I do, tears flowing down her face, which made Tay's mouth with relief. You may have kissed her bride. Tay's mouth widened even more upon hearing this, but she tried to move back from him. However, he said something else. Stop trembling, babe. I'm not kissing you yet, because one kiss isn't enough for me to be satisfied. He gripped her hand, dragging her along forcefully, not caring that she could walk faster, despite wearing that heavy wedding gown. Tay pushed one under his bed as he dragged her in. He shut the door loudly, ensuring she couldn't escape. She was scared, her eyes fixed on the closed door, her heart pounding rapidly. Don't be scared, Valma. You might not be able to escape from my room, but you can roam inside this crooked room, holding your heart in your hands in fear while I help you there. He made her even more scared with his words, hinting at what he would do. You have a perfect body that I would like to have you in every way. He was rubbing his lower lip with his thumb as his eyes slowly scanned her body from her head to toe, while her trembling were dying by fear. I apologize again. Please don't harm me, please. She swallowed, crawling back onto the bed in fear. That's not even 1% enough for me. She was looking at him while her whole body was waiting for his silence, waiting for what he wanted from her. But I want more, baby. You need to pay a lot more with your whole body. When he said this, her heart skipped a beat. Come on, calm my body now. He was about to get on the bed, but she got up ready to run. However, he stepped on her wedding gown, causing her to fall to the floor immediately. But she was crawling back, holding back her tears in her eyes, while he maintained a poker face, giving her a smile, taking small, calm steps closer to her, looking pretty. You can't even escape from me, even in your dreams, babe. She was still crying, but she flinched when her back touched the closet door frame. Then she realized how pathetic the situation was there. He smirked at her helpless and her tear-streaked face. My dear, strip off that damn dress for your husband now.